world in need of the planet to take. And with everything happening, gunshots clapping and people all running in every direction with their hands up, praying for the drama to end. I got my hand out, looking for some money to spend. The price tag on the things I need, I get it bigger by the day. I got a bullet with a name on it, bullet with a name. Whoa, the way I work so all the things, they just take away from me. I got a bullet with a name on it, bullet with a name. With a name. Let me show you how I'm working. Oh, I'm working harder than 100 black mules out in Mexico. No water, no cloud, no cover from the hotter than hell. No dinner bell at the oven again from another bad opinion on me. What does it want? The cars, money, fame, attention, bars, honeys, games, attention, stars. Funny how we say we don't need it and try to achieve it. The price tag on the things I need, I get it bigger by the day. I got a bullet with a name on it, bullet with a name. Whoa, the way I work so all the things, they just take away from me. I got a bullet with a name on it, bullet with a name. Everything that they say about me and everything that they make me need, I'm not the one that's taking everything away from me. And everyone trying to make it harder, and everyone saying I will never be. Got nothing but a name on the bullet that I aim, on the bullet that I aim, on the bullet that I aim. The price tag on the things I need, I get it bigger by the day. I got a bullet with a name on it, bullet with a name. Whoa, the way I work so all the things, they just take away from me. I got a bullet with a name on it, bullet with a name. I got a bullet with a name on it, bullet with a name. I got a bullet with a name on it, bullet with a name.
Straight out the Florida trailer park with that one. That's Non-Point. Someone asked, what's the name of that song? What do you think the name of that song is? Would you like to take a guess? Would you like to make an approximation of what you think the name of that song might be? It's not too hard. You can probably guess it. Let's see. How do I even describe my sheer elation, my my appreciation, my gratitude, and my unbridled sense of extreme good fortune? Because there are many things that have happened the last couple days which have made me consider where exactly the tide may be on the cycle, where the pendulum actually may sit, may rest. Even right before the stream, as per usual, as has become a bi-weekly habit or ritual, the Kiwi Farms was under DDoS attack. Approximately 1,500 IPs slamming the Kiwi Farms and Kiwi Flare as hard as possible. And knock on wood, that was readily handled by recent changes. And they actually updated their shit so that it would try to solve the little proof of work crypto puzzle and try to brute force enough traffic that way. And it did not work. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about not only the good thing which has happened, which I'll explain, but the many fortuitous things which have happened. And also, I think even more importantly to one's mood is pride in one's work. Seeing that you put effort into something and then it pays off. I think that's even more of a rewarding feeling than simply being given a gift, chat. So let's talk. I think I have given enough time. I played the entire intro song because I was jamming out. I couldn't end it early. I had to listen to the whole thing. So I did let it play out. Let's just start with the obvious thing that people are going to expect me to talk about. The Kiwi Farms legal fund thing, which I announced last Friday. has hit its goal. And when I say it has hit its goal, I mean it has actually far surpassed its goal. It is at my original goal. You can't see the original goal on the page, but it was originally $75,000. And I did a little bit of I took out my abacus and I tallied up the 1,600 people who voted that they would support such a fund. And I divided that by $75,000, which is what it takes to take a small trial or small claim to like a jury trial. And I approximated that if those people had donated $50 a piece, we would be able to hit that goal. Well, the average donation which we received is about, it was at, when it first started, it was at like $500, and then it went down to about $250, which is obviously a lot more than $50 a pop. So a lot of people, and this is, by the way, does not include any of the crypto donations. I think that in total we've received about $5,000 plus $7,000 in crypto. And I have absolutely no idea what to expect in terms of the mail, because I went out of my way to make sure that you could donate with a money order. And I also went out of my way to try and explain in simple English that anyone can understand how to get a money order. It also, I think foreign cash will also be accepted, but yeah, so I really don't know. We'll only get this every Saturday, I think. So I'll have my first update on how much was received this Saturday in terms of money orders and checks. But obviously, this is a lot more than I expected, which gives me a lot of leeway in how I pursue things. And among those things, I'll reiterate what the original fund is for. There was a little bit of money that was going to be set aside regardless for Greer, because Greer has been suing me for, I think, 5 years at this point. And even Greer is exhausted by this because he's been in court for 5 years. And we're literally at the beginning again. He got pro bono representation to go to appellate court and get one of the most bizarre appellate court judgments I've ever seen, which left a lot of people who do IP law for a living scratching their head, wondering what the fuck they're reading. And now his reward for winning that appellate court verdict is that he's now representing himself again. He does not have representation, and it's back to square one. So after 4 years, I think it was 2019 that he filed. So in 2019 he filed, and now it's 2024, and he's back at square one, and he's by himself again. So he's going to have to file everything by himself, and he's not. I think that he's a little bit over it. So we'll see how that pans out. The appellate court decision that we received, again, I'll reiterate, is perplexing. It's baffling. So we're going to appeal it to the Supreme Court. And even though I think 1 in 100 cases get accepted at the Supreme Court, the verdict that we received from the appellate court is so bad that it intrudes on Supreme Court case law. Like, it directly contradicts what the Supreme Court justices have established like 15 years ago. So it's a terrible, terrible decision that really upsets the balance of things. And the worst thing that it does is that there's a lot of charitable works that monitor copyright claims. For instance, the Lumen database, which a lot of people who work in law or copyright may be familiar with. And the judgment effectively said that because I published Greer's DMCA takedown notice, that was part of how he demonstrated like the contributory copyright infringement. So me publishing our correspondence was contributory copyright infringement according to the judge, which means that anyone publicizing their DMCA takedown notices is somehow, according to this, now exacerbating their legal liabilities. If you contribute to an open source database about DMCA takedown notices, that means that you are you're exposing yourself to litigation risk, which is obviously a chilling effect on free speech and your ability to discuss your legal problems. Obviously, it's a terrible precedent to set. So yeah, we have the money to appeal it, so we are appealing it. The other one is Epic and Alejandra Caraballo, who had made the false claim, completely false, like literally in the 11 years, the site, 11 years now, this just so as of the 3rd. Yeah, as of the 3rd. So on Saturday, the Kiwi Farms is now 11 years old under my administration. And in the 11 years, we have literally, and remember, I am involved in the day-to-day moderation, and I have been involved the entire fucking time. And not once have we ever had child pornography posted to the site. Never. I would obviously fucking recognize this. And even if we had just one time someone like tried to slip it in, you can't say that we host child pornography because we fucking don't, but we never have. So after getting this fun, interestingly, Epic decided to delete their tweets, and Alejandro Caraballo decided to delete their tweets saying that we host child pornography. Isn't that strange? I wonder, between Friday and today, what happened, what information Alejandro Caraballo and Epic had received to change their perspectives on the Kiwi Farms. They must have received some kind of compelling piece of information that informed their perspectives and increased their understanding of the Kiwi Farms. And I really don't know what it could have been. I don't know what someone sent them, what article they read. Really baffling. In particular, by the way, and I don't want to like gloat and say like, haha, I have scared these people into silence, because that's not what I want. But they know that it's false. They know that it's not true. And in particular, even Ethan Ralph had published something about the Kiwi Farms hosting child pornography after, because I lost my payment processors. And he gloated and said, what about the child porn? And then he deleted that tweet. So Ralph also deleted that. Which, I mean, they should, because they shouldn't have posted to begin with, because they know it's bullshit. And then also, finally, at the very bottom, thank you for the $10, by the way. At the very, very bottom, there's Liz Fong Jones, and this is a two-way street, because I have to help Benny, because it's basically my fucking fault that a random guy is getting fucked with by this insane sadistic tranny. And then there is suing Liz Fong Jones and Honeycomb. Make that clear in case. Honeycomb is very aware of what's happening. Liz Fong Jones has been allowed to use his work email to harass people, his work credentials to bolster his claims. His work has been contacted because he's been doing this, and they are fully 100% aware of it and also supporting of him in what he's doing. Oh, I forgot the Twitter feed. Let me bring that up real quick. So they'll be involved. And the question is, even $150,000 is a lot of money, and it can definitely afford a lawsuit, maybe even two lawsuits, unless you're suing a big company and unless you're keeping the scope down. We talked to a firm that was a big name firm, like would absolutely have the capacity to scare the fuck out of anyone if we hired. And they were the biggest firm that was willing to even entertain the idea of representing the Kiwi Farms in this. The problem is that they want like $1,000 an hour to handle this case, which means that taking it all the way up to trial would be like $500,000. That's not tenable. So even with $150,000, right, there is a risk of biting off more than you can chew. And this remains like a David and Goliath situation where we have to be very lean and very responsible. And the representation that we go for has to be ideologically aligned, because we can hire really good lawyers, but unless they're like actually, and what they were asking for, by the way, they wanted $10,000 on retainer, and then they expected to charge, they wanted to bill us for a consultation, which they estimated would cost $40,000 in total. And then at the end of that, they would give us a decision if they could represent us or not. So they want, that's how expensive corporate law is. They wanted $40,000 for a decision before even moving into the trial, into like the litigation phase of things. And I'm sure if I had $1 million to spare, that would be a extremely strong choice to go with. I do not have $1 million to spare. So, I think that California will be the jurisdiction. However, there is a variety of jurisdiction available to me because it's targeting me as a person, as a Floridian, a Wyoming company, a West Virginian company, and Liz Fong Jones and Honeycomb are both in California, in the Silicon Valley area. So, which I think is the northern district of California. So, and we're also, I'll explain this in a little bit, but we're considering a bunch of different stuff. Anyways, my point is, someone reached out who was a lawyer in California, who had been a lawyer for a couple of years and worked in free speech litigation. Actually, more than a couple years. They were a senior attorney. But they didn't want to represent us outright. So I'm still, I mean, honestly, it would be great if we had somebody who was like in this field, wanting to, for an ideological reason, to set a precedent that deliberate meddling and anti-business, anti-competition practices apply to deplatforming, so that shit like this cannot continue. And I feel like, I mean, it's so obvious. Like, Liz Fong Jones has not been quiet about what he's doing. It's not that it's not like he doesn't have money to try and take from him. And it's not like that his company, especially, which is complicit, doesn't have money to take from him. So it's like everything that you could possibly want is there. You take all of his statements about admitting to meddling, admitting to hiring people in a conspiracy, a literal conspiracy to destroy a website by interfering with its business practices. It's just all there. The only thing that we need is to set it up and knock it down. It's a really strong case, but we need to keep it very lean. Basically, even with $150,000, it has to be real fucking lean, really lean and mean case. And I'll leave it at that. But there's plans. There's lots of thinking. This is like the stage where now it's like, okay, now we have some parameters for what we're doing, and we can start thinking long term about how to correct the course. Cool. And one other thing worth mentioning at this juncture is that it's a good idea. Even again, a lot of people are like lining up all these people I could sue. Like, what about this person? They expect me to like sue like 8 different people at once. It's not going to work like that. You still have to be grounded in reality, because like you look at the Ty Beard shit and you look at what happened to Vic Mignogna, you cannot fuck around. It's a serious proposition. Like, this is, when you go to courts like this and you're dropping $150,000 to fuck with some company, you have to make sure that you're handling it with like the respect that it requires, because if you don't, you're really, really gonna fuck yourself up and you're gonna regret doing it. Ty Beard was ordered to pay $376,000 for what it's called a fee shifting statute. Or an anti-SLAPP law, but an anti-SLAPP is a type of a fee-shifting statute. Basically, when Ty Beard went gung-ho and filed in state court for defamation in Texas, which is a very pro-corporation state, which has a lot of safeguards for companies, they didn't, for various reasons. It's a combination of a lawyer not doing due diligence, the judge being very hostile. It is true that Ty Beard fucked up, but the judge in this case was like out for blood. He did not want to deal with the defamation case. So the judge was really, really cruel to the plaintiff in this. And it was so cruel, actually, that I actually had Hardin look into this. I say Hardin because it just makes more sense. His name is just Hardin, which sounds like it would have an E in it and not an I. But Hardin looked into it, and he said that after this case, the state of Texas actually amended their anti-SLAPP law to be less hard and require less proof to get passed, apparently specifically because of the Vic Mignogna case. But yeah, his life got completely fucked up because of this bullshit. And Ty Beard is now in hiding. I think he moved. I think I saw him at the bar when I was out over there at the bar in Belgrade, and I was hanging out with Tupac and Hitler and Epstein. I think there was a new guy there, and I swear he looked so much like Ty Beard. I was like, what's he doing out in Belgrade? Why is he out in Serbia? I don't know. It could have been mistaken. There's lots of fat guys with beards, but I swear to God it was Ty Beard. And Elvis. Yeah, that's right. Elvis doesn't come too much anymore. He's old. All right, that's that. I should mention, by the way, because I forgot to mention this. On top of everything, let me just pull this up so I don't look like a fool trying to do it live. There have been other things that have happened which are inspiring. Where are we? Okay, you do have to scroll quite a bit, but for the first time in fucking years, I have confirmed that if you type in Kiwi Farms, you get the homepage of the Kiwi Farms on Google. They realized at some point recently, very recently, within the last couple of months, that damaging, butchering. Dude, there is no fucking news. I'm not reading the fucking news. Do you see a fucking news article on my fucking screen? Guess what? That means I'm not doing the news thing. I'm talking about the forum. If I was going to talk about the fucking news, I'd talk about the fucking news. I'm just showing you what's going on. Okay, I don't need assistance for this. But yeah, this is the first time I've seen it on Google, which means that it was hard blocked. There was literally no query that you could put into Google to get kiwifarms.net/nothing. It either had a query attached to it or it was a random board. But recently they lifted it. And I don't know if that's like an automated thing where they like block websites for like 2 years at a time or some shit. Or if they've just like stopped outright censoring websites because Bing came along and Bing's ChatGPT can like find shit. Because I've fully switched to Bing. I know that sounds gay. It sounds really oppositional. Bing has fixed their shit and now their search works. Like look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. If I go to Bing and I type in Kiwi Farms, the fucking URL is right there. The website is the first result and it's the actual URL. It's the correct URL. Can you believe that? A fucking search engine that just shows you the correct answer to your fucking query. Wow, what a shocker that is. I wonder what happens if I just go to the Copilot, the AI, and I type in Kiwi Farms. Do I get a real answer? Ooh. Look. Oh my god. Kiwi, this is what Bing says about us. Kiwi Farms, formerly known as Quickie Farms, is an internet message board, correct, except for the internet being a lowercase noun. An epicenter for vicious anti-trans harassment campaigns, founded in 2013, correct answer, by Joshua Connor Moon, name spelled correctly, also known as Noel on the website, also correct. This site's Wikipedia, NBC News, and the Japanese Wikipedia for some reason. It says we have committed suicide, but it can't be blamed for that because that's what the bullshit articles say. Christchurch shooting loss. Correct. That's bullshit, but it came from the article. Vanwa Tech doing anything is a bit like Vanwa did not help really that much. We were on Vanwa very like they couldn't stay up at all. I had to switch off Vanwa very quickly, and that is not true. No information was actually leaked as a result of that breach. Potentially exposing, I guess that's true. Controversial platform that perpetuates harmful behavior and has faced significant backlash. Cool. Better than Google. Dude, this website is so crazy, bro. And one other thing, one other kind of like, I wonder what that is. Unfortunately, Zitter has decided that nobody should be allowed to use Zitter without Elon Musk permission. However, the KiwiFarms.net official Twitter account has been unbanned by Elon Musk. Isn't that something? Just yesterday, someone noticed that it was unbanned and I could post on it again. And I didn't even get a notification for this. It just randomly happened. Now, I have paid on Zitter for a blue check mark on my main Zitter account. And I know people don't like it when I talk about Zitter. Hang in there. I promise this is funny. To verify an organization, i.e. not a person with your real ID, you need to pay $200 a month for a gold check mark. And that is a lot of money for a gold check mark. However, number one, it would be funny. Number two, in the grand scheme of things, depending on how much I'm spending on fucking hardware every month, it's really not that much. However, there is a number three, chat. A number three. If you buy the $200 a month organization verification, you get $200 a month in free advertiser credits. Now, chat, what do you think I could do with $200 a month in free advertiser credits? I wonder. I'm really scratching my head because, you know, in the grand scheme of things, that's not a huge advertiser budget, but it is an advertiser budget. It is. I could totally write this off on taxes. This is a business expense. I'm doing something to promote the site now. What could I? What could I do with $200 a month in advertiser credits on Zitter? I don't know. The thing that jumps to mind is to advertise the legal fund or something. But if there's drama that happens, you know, a big juicy drama, like some kind of drama that I'll talk about in a second, it would be possible to advertise a specific webpage on my Kiwi Farms and draw some organic attention to it. It's it's just food for thought, chat. Okay, Elon Musk trying to get more advertisers. Well, guess what? I'm trying to get more users, trying to get more drama-loving folks up on my web zone, chat. I will definitely advertise the legal fund if Liz Fung Jones starts crowdfunding in public or some shit. I'm just saying, if we're allowed to be on the internet again, there's a lot of fun things that we could do that wasn't even fucking imaginable just a couple weeks ago. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else? I should inform everybody. If you are on Gumroad, do not worry. I have been informed that there is no issues with my Gumroad account. The locals guy kind of ghosted me, so maybe he'll get in touch. I don't know why it's so hard to get in touch with locals. I don't know if they're intentionally ducking me or if this guy is just like really disorganized. I don't want to neg him, but like, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. However, the Gumroad is still up. So everything's looking up, Millhouse. There's been lots of good shit happening recently. And I don't think I mentioned this last stream. This will be the last site update, I'm pretty sure. No, this was not for last stream. I've had the domain kiwifarms.us, and kiwifarms.us I've never used because .us is managed by GoDaddy. GoDaddy is a terrible registrar, an infamously bad registrar, but they're one of the first American registrars to get up and up. So therefore, they by default have somehow managed to acquire the license for .us. Most of the time, a country's .tld, two-letter country code TLD, is managed by the government. Sometimes for smaller countries, it's outsourced, like .st is outsourced from Sao Tome, because obviously Sao Tome is not going to have its own NIC. I'm pretty sure their island can't fit an NIC. So .us is managed by GoDaddy. GoDaddy sucks. But they operate on a license. They have a license from the FTC's NTIA office to use .us, which means that if I am disrupted, if my service is disrupted, I have a $150,000 budget to pursue an administrative complaint to the NTIA, arguing that GoDaddy has not upheld a U.S. company's legal constitutional right to freedom of expression and has provided no avenue to get back in good standing. So we can make the case, maybe the precedent can be set that .us should be managed in a way which is conducive to all legal business in the United States. It's a possibility. It's a thing that exists. So that's on the table now, and I'm going to try it. As I do many times. Sometimes I do shit that doesn't make any sense and has no hope of working, just so I can see it break, and then I can complain about it, and I can point to people and say, look, this shit sucks. That is my strategy with a lot of things that I do, chat. A lot of things that I do sorry, I'm touching something on my desk. A lot of things that I do is designed to not work, so that I can complain about it. All right, let us proceed to the real stream, and to do this, we're going to need a familiar face, a hamster. Hello, hamster. How are you doing? He has been very patient, unlike my chat. So now we will talk about the news. Apple's Vision Pro buyers upset to discover that VR porn does not work. A $3,500 chastity belt. Now, apparently Apple has tried to break into the VR scene with their own weird headset. There are these very nightmarish videos of people like touching invisible buttons wearing this fucking cuck goggle on. It's really cringe, really gay, very dystopian. But for some reason, Redditors were complaining that the VR porn does not work on their headset. They paid $3,500 to not be able to watch big porn in like a four-dimensional space. Whereas Dick Masterson, he got, I remember he did segments on the Dick Show while I was still listening, where he bought, sorry, that's my knuckle that you just heard. I cracked my knuckles. It's one of my bad habits. He had bought an Ocular Rift, and he was talking about how he was cooming. He was locked himself in the coom dungeon so he could coom in four-dimensional porn space. And the Redditors are not happy about this. So I just want to let you know, if you are a coomer, do not buy the VR Pro, Vision Pro, because you will not be able to watch your weird 3D. You will not be able to sit in the corner of a hotel room and watch two people fuck in 3D space. You will be denied. This is the Mary Sue. This is like the social justice video game blog, and you might be thinking, Josh, why are you on this particular website? Why are you reading this? Well, it will make sense to you in a second. This article is called "It's Utterly Depressing How Popular Hogwarts Legacy Was," and the subtitle is literally just "Yikes." Now, it's a couple weeks old. I apologize, but Anna Valens, I wonder who that is. Anna Valens says, was Hogwarts Legacy really the biggest game of 2023? In the US, at least, it was. It's a condemnation of the American games industry as a whole, and a sign that consumers really didn't care about trans players' feelings around the Harry Potter game. Can you imagine this? Can you imagine that American consumers don't care about trans people's feelings? Bro, you know how many people I give a fuck about with their feelings? Like, in terms of like how many people's feelings I actually care about, it's like 3. There are like 3 or 4 people on the entire fucking planet who I do not actively disregard the feelings of all the time, at every second of every day. Maybe I'm uniquely monstrous or whatever the fuck. People send me money to talk about how much they love their country of Bosnia, and I rip I call them a Muslim rape baby because I'm completely detached from reality and hate everybody. But as far as like trans people go on this list, it's like at the bottom. I probably care. You know what, Bosnia, bro? Here's my olive branch. I care more about Bosnians, and Allah forgive me for saying this word, Albanians, more than I do trannies. I care about a trans person's feelings less than perhaps any other concept, abstract or otherwise, has ever existed. But to Anna Valens, this is a tragedy. This is a travesty that I feel this way, that I disregard their feelings. As they continue, new data shared by consumer analyst Circana reveals that the game was the best-selling video game of 2023 in terms of dollar sales. Which, to add to context, the game was released in February, and then on consoles in May and November. Created by Avalanche, blah, blah. Swift controversy due to the Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling's transphobic history. Despite this, the game promised an immersive ARPG setting that expanded the Harry Potter universe's lore into the 19th century. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, they complained, but let's take a look at who they are. Anna Valens, she, her, is a reporter specializing in queer lowercase I internet culture. Which one? Online censorship. This fucking gimp has the audacity to declare that they write about online censorship. Like, that's their, I really gotta make sure that there's no censorship on the internet. Motherfucker, I know that's a lie. I know who this person is. I'm leading you guys on. I know who the fuck Anna Valens is. Like, one line said, "Fuck you." Like, how dare you stand where he stood? And sex workers' rights. Ugh. Her book, Tumblr Porn, details the rise and fall of Tumblr's LGBTQ-friendly 18+ world. Bro, fucking nauseous. This dude wrote a whole book about how he was gooning teenagers on fucking Tumblr and how it made a bunch of trans people because they were all porn addicts by the time they turned 16. Has been hailed by Autostraddle as a special little love letter to queer Tumblr's early history. She lives in Brooklyn with her ever-growing tarot collection, but no partner, huh? This person on Zinner, can I yell at you? Can I yell at you? AC Valens, do you have me blocked? Oh my god. 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 He's a VTuber now. Can I oh, please work. I might have to swap this out with the oh, I have to swap. Oh, I spoiled it. I shouldn't have spoiled. I'm kicking myself. I'm a rat punching air right now. I spoiled the fucking awesome thing before I could show you the seat. Ah. Oh my god. Hold up. No, I'm gonna punish all you fuckers. All you little Ratatouille VTuber watchers. Tweet. Okay, here it is. Want to know about my YouTube channel, devil emoji? Here's my brand new intro video. Too long, didn't read, and I'm bringing back my old reporting on adult games and queer sexuality, but as a succubus VTuber on YouTube. Okay.
Hey everyone, I figured...
Oh my god. Dude, I am so happy. Suffer, anime watchers, suffer.
Now that I've been doing a little bit of VTubing YouTube content, it's time to talk about what exactly is the purpose of this YouTube channel. In short, the goal of this channel is to host a wide range of discussions around sexuality, including those pertaining to adult games.
Flamenco! Where's my... Flamenco's coming back to YouTube. Flamenco, where's my report on the Anna Valens succubus adult hentai games reviews? I expect a segment, at least, on your fucking show when you come back from school or whatever the fuck you're pretending to do about this shit. You're like 34 years old. Why are you in college? Get back to doing your full-time YouTube shit, retard. Anyway, okay, look. If this dude's voice is like familiar to you, this is why. And get ready, chat. I'm gonna force you to suffer.
In the future, there are a number of institutions that emerged originally as mutual aid projects and publicly funded tech ventures, but over time they gradually became these community-run institutions where if you are a trans girl or if you are trans feminine, you can go ahead and sign up for a reservation slot to an all-day access to one of many breeding facilities where you get to breed the shit out of that cis girl pussy. You can absolutely devastate that shit, fucking destroy it, murder it. It's done. Like, they have to cycle the girls out because that pussy is absolutely out of commission. And so this originally started as just your classic breeding facility, but it was expanded over time through a Kickstarter, actually, and again, a mutual aid project. So there's a lot of cis girls in tech that really supported the venture. God bless them. They're real co-conspirators for the movement.
Shout outs to Liz Fong Jones for chipping in and helping build the blowout the cis girl pussy breeding barns. We thank you, Liz Fong Jones and Honeycomb.io and other trans tech girls.
And now we have breeding saunas. We have breeding bookstores, breeding movie theaters. Those are really nice. You have breeding adult schools. You have breeding esports arenas. Very fun, impossible to do voice chat on, but extremely engaging. It's kind of a mixture of your classic esports fair, but also whichever team nuts first loses. So there's double the fun and double the trial and error. But
okay, if you're lost,
yeah.
Anna Valens is someone, I'll just summarize this very quickly. Anna Valens is someone I've talked about in the past. He is I think he used to be a Kotaku writer. I don't know if that's correct, but he's basically he's one of those games fucking journalists, I think from Gamergate era. He's a tranny, and he's like a sex positive sex worker that writes about hentai and shit, like as a job. And these Twitter spaces came out where he's just talking about setting up like cis rape factories where trannies can rape women. This goes on for like 5 minutes. I will not subject you to all this. I've already played this entire thing on stream like 4 times at this point. But yeah, it's like he's one of the grossest fucking people ever. Oh, and he got involved in Drop Kiwi Farms. When I remember, there was a time where the site went completely down, and I made like a roster on our downtime page of all the trainings that were involved in Drop Kiwi Farms. One of them was Anna Valens, and I played these clips on that page, or I linked to them on Twitter from the page. And like Anna Valens' presence in Drop Kiwi Farms was so bad for them. Liz Fong Jones and Keffels had to tell Anna Valens to go protect it and fuck off because they didn't want him around because he's such a toxic asset to their cause. That's how fucking bad Anna Valens is. That's how awful this person is. Even Keffels and Liz Fong Jones is like, bro, you gotta fuck off. You're a massive piece of shit. So I played this because it's funny. I did not know about before I opened this that he was doing a VTuber thing where he's going to be talking about hentai games. So if you want to, dude, you have to remember this because there are some of you guys out there who are watching this who don't think that anime is too bad. And you might go to like H on 4chan and look at like anime girl porn. Who do you think is posting those threads and filling those threads up with content and leaving and like actually perpetuating this stuff? Anna Valens. That is who. That is the kind of person who is like inundated in this shit and is like posting this, and that person is jacking off knowing that you're jacking off to what he's jacking off to. That's how it works. I'm just letting you know how dire the situation is. It's not just coming out of thin air. It's coming from Anna Valens. Cool. He's seething over Hogwarts. Is he not protected on Twitter? Oh, he's not protected. Is he really? He doesn't even have me blocked, bro. I'm gonna have to remind him. Hold up, give me a second. I'm gonna download this thing real quick. I'm gonna go to Zitter. I'm gonna live zeet. I can't show you my live zeeting, so I'm just gonna narrate what I'm doing. He doesn't have me blocked, and this is his pinned comment. It has 27 likes. So I'm going to take this clip from the Kiwi Farms. I'm going to go over to my other tab. And I'm going to ask him, hey, cool, dude. Are you going to be reviewing any cis girl breeding barns or saunas with your new channel? ? And that is now uploading. And I will tweet that and become banned. Wait, I'm letting it upload. I'm streaming concurrently, so I'm sharing bandwidth for this purpose. Okay, my Zeet's good. My Zeet is in the pipe, 5x5. Here it goes. Awesome. I can show this on screen now, I think. Oh, I can't for some reason. Oh no, I have to. Okay, I see what I did wrong. Wait, no. I just want to share my lovely Zeet with people. And I can't. Elon Musk is telling me, Josh, you can't do that. That's too extreme. What a shame, chat. I don't know. If you're on Zitter, you can go find it yourself. As Josh, not as Kiwi Farms. I want to keep the Kiwi Farms one super lean. Kiwi Farms related. Popular Australia transgender TikTok streamer pleads guilty to child sexual abuse charges. If I remember correctly, this is multiple kids. Take a good look. This is what, just remember, these people, they just want to live a normal life as, you know, as a woman. They want to molest kids as women do. They just want to live their life as like the other gender, bro, as the gender that they feel most associate with. A popular transgender TikToker in Australia, the proud country of Australia, who previously had gained thousands of followers as a proud trans woman, has pleaded guilty to aggravated counts of producing and possessing child exploitation material, gross indecency, and indecent assault. The South Australia District Court has heard that Rachel Queen Burton repeatedly abused 2 children and then stalked them and their family into homelessness before he began claiming to be a woman. Burton was first arrested in October 2022 by the Elite Joint Anti-Child Exploitation Team. That's a fucking... that's a name. The Elite Joint Anti-Child Exploitation Team. In charge with child abuse and exploitation offenses. In December that year, Burton denied the allegations, but he has now pleaded guilty. The Burton is from Coolalinga in the Northern Territory. The crimes are committed in the southern state. There you go. Just another one to add to the tally. And adding to the tally, back home in this guy keeps telling me, hey, Josh, come to Oklahoma. Why? So I can live under drag queen tyranny? I think not. Oklahoma drag queen elementary school principal resigned amid outrage. The principal of an Oklahoma elementary school who has a background as a drag queen and previously faced child pornography charges has resigned, education officials said this week. Dr. Shane Mernon, who performed as a drag queen named Chantel Mandali, served as principal of the John Glenn Elementary School in Oklahoma City after being hired in June 2023. Shortly after she was hired, I mean, is this him? No, it's not him. I guess he is just doing, like, he's acting as a principal while dressed like this, like fucking Pogo the Clown. The Western Heights School District announced that it was aware of previous charges that were dismissed more than 20 years ago. Moran was connected to the alleged drag queen activities by the popular Libs of TikTok social media account in September 2023. Wyan Walters, the Oklahoma superintendent of public instruction, called on him to step down while praising the social media account for outing her. Since it mentioned Libs of TikTok, there was a video that Libs of TikTok shared of a white woman on TikTok saying, "Oy vey, fellow Goyim. I really hate being white. I think that I should be able to call whitey milk crickets as a pejorative because I'm so white and we fellow whites have to do better." And then Libs of TikTok posted this video of this person saying this. And it was like, you know how TikTok has those interaction buttons on the right hand side? Like all the, like the channel button and the comment button. Well, those were like in view, but they were cut in half. So it was obvious that the ratio had been cropped. And if you took the full video and looked at the actual full video, the woman saying this was wearing a literal Star of David necklace, like a silver pendant that was a Star of David. And for some reason, Live the TikTok felt that it was a good idea to take this. Maybe it was a fair use type thing where they had to edit the video to get past filters. You know how those things are. But she really felt it necessary to kind of crop the ratio a little bit. So the interaction button, maybe it was just to get rid of the interaction buttons, like 40% of the way. I'll assume an innocent motive for this. Snow roaches. Imagine my shock. Tranny stuff. Okay, so for the tranny stuff, I don't know if oh shit, sorry, I fucked up my entire view again. I will play this. I'm gonna put a special hamster on the screen. Now this is perhaps the most contentious hamster that has ever been put on the Man at the Internet podcast. So it remains to be seen if this is a good idea or if people will become profusely angry at me. Wait, let me shrink it just a little bit. Again, this may be the most contentious hamster ever of all time. Now for the trans segment, we have the Whammon hamster correspondent, the hamsterette, the suffragette Whammon correspondent hamster. It's a very cute hamster though. Very nice art. You love her. Oh my god. That's cute. No, he didn't trim out. It's a different hamster. Come on now. Don't say shit like that. I'll leave her up. So this Whammon goes on to TikTok to report that she was groped in a bar. And this upsets the trannies. Let's take a listen.
A few days ago, I was physically assaulted by a straight guy in a gay bar.
Cisgender women, please, please, please be extra careful when talking about this topic.
So she's obviously referring to a tranny when she
A
says
few
this.
days ago, I was physically assaulted by a straight guy in a gay bar.
So she went to a lesbian bar, and a straight man who was obviously going to be a tranny because he's at the gay bar. And as soon as this is said, this tranny immediately knows that by straight man she's talking about a tranny and gets offended by it.
Cisgender women, please, please, please be extra careful when talking about this topic, because I know what you're talking about, you know what you're talking about, but TERFs don't know what you're talking about. Because when you say straight guy in a lesbian bar, TERFs are going to think of me. They're going to think of my trans ass. And I know that's not what you meant. But when a TERF hears there was a guy in a lesbian bar harassing women, assaulting women, they're going to think of a trans person because they're just transphobic. That's the way it works. So just be a little extra careful, because if you're not, it's going to come to bite me in the ass and the other troons out there. So just much love.
Identify yourself. Identify yourself. I know you're listening. Identify yourself right now. Okay? You can't slide that past me. You don't think I'm not going to notice that shit? Let's do an instant replay reel in case you missed it.
To bite me in the ass and the other troons out there. So
identify yourself immediately. Come on. Come on. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. Think I won't notice that? Keffels has had a fun week. Oh, this was the other good thing that happened to me. I say that in air quotes. Bad thing that happened to bad people. Keffels recently announced that he intended to leave all the drama sphere behind and become a heckin' wholesome, innocent, spooky content creator. And we'll get to that in a second. However, it's worth mentioning that as soon as Keffels announced this, the drama came to him. A person named Rinna wrote this post and explained in detail how they were wronged and intend to kill themselves. They had financial issues. They intended to set up a GoFundMe for their rent and for oral surgery. They had some kind of dental issue that left them in excruciating pain. And they intended to crowdfund some medical expenses, as Americans do. Sounds like a little bit e-beggy, but let's be real. I think that GoFundMe is the American healthcare system at this point. We just sort of pay to keep people that we like alive. And people are okay with that system. It's better than socialized healthcare, because then people we don't like get medical attention. Whereas at least with GoFundMe, it's kind of like a democratic approach to who gets to live or die. So people seem more okay with that than like the German system, where you keep all these fucking deadbeats from dying. So, they set up their GoFundMe. They pass it around and are told that people are not donating to it because in private, a few transgenders had decided to disparage them and call their GoFundMe a scam, naming specifically where is it? Okay, it says, because of overconfidence, I knew that people were shit-talking my GoFundMe. I reached direct confirmation that Brianna Wu's chat, consisting of Keffels, Euphoria Tori, Claire Penis, and others, were telling people that I was grifting people. That my GoFundMe only reached 10% of its goal. And if it weren't for AOFB giving me the minimum I needed to not get evicted, I would have been dead earlier. So this is a suicide note. This person is declaring that they are going to kill themselves, and specifically name drops, among others, Brianna Wu and Keffels as directly and intentionally disrupting their crowdfunding efforts to get dental surgery, and cites that as the modus operandi for killing themselves. Now, isn't that fascinating, chat? Nobody has ever killed themselves because of the Kiwi Farms, but yet this person attempted suicide because of Keffels and Brianna Wu. And this is not, by the way, this is not the first person who has blamed Brianna Wu for their suicide. Chloe Segal, who did kill themselves successfully by setting themselves on fire in public with gasoline, like a fucking Tibetan monk, also directly attributed Brianna Wu icing them out. Basically, like, the way that it works is like in the transgender sphere, you have to be in good graces with Brianna Wu and Keffals, I guess, to get money for your GoFundMe causes. So Brianna Wu iced Chloe Segal out, and Chloe Segal was literally homeless, was literally evicted from their bed set, and was literally on the fucking street, and spent the last of the money that they had to buy gasoline to set themselves on fire because Brianna Wu shit talked them and called their GoFundMe a scam. In case you don't remember, I did a whole stream on Chloe Segal. By the way, the fact that I played at the end of that stream, I can't remember his name. There's a British song and it's just called Fire. It's fire to destroy all you've learned. Fire. I played that song because I thought it would be apropos. Apparently, this means that I am celebrating the death of somebody and not just playing a catchy song. Arthur Brown, that's correct. As opposed to the person who was literally named as the reason why they committed suicide. Just saying. Anyways, so okay, you've been accused of murder by someone who has killed themselves. How do you respond, chat? Well, if you are Brianna Wu and Keffals, people who have a lifetime of public relations experience, you handle it in the most vicious, cold, chilling, effective way possible. I will read these responses. Keffals says, people have been tagging me in this, asking me clarification on why I was mentioned in this. I want to make it known that I have never called her a grifter or tried to sabotage her GoFundMe. I was also never in a group chat consisting of Brianna Wu, Tori, and Claire Penis. I honestly believe she was given bad information. I've always considered her a friend, albeit one I was distant with. We talked a lot about gaming and our experiences live streaming as trans women. We haven't talked since July 2023. I really hope she is okay. I've always seen her as a good person that life dealt a bad hand to. And Brianna Wu says, in the same voice, because I think that Brianna Wu wrote both of these tweets, this was a reply to Keffals, so this one's buried. I have literally no idea who this is or why I'm mentioned. It's possible someone in some group chat I mentioned her at some point, but I have no idea. I hope she's safe and wish her the best. Now, if only there's some way to back this up. We need a third party to really solidify that these claims are accurate and that Brianna Wu and Keffals didn't do nothing. Thankfully, one of the most soy-faced, bitch-titted, footstool gimps to ever walk the earth, one of the most pathetic, soulless, spineless, craven, hollow, empty, lifeless marionettes of a man ever birthed from mud and muck on this fucking planet was there, ready to say whatever it was that Brianna Wu asked of him. Brianna Wu says, Tipster, we spent about a year in a group chat together. In that time, have you ever seen me suggesting harass someone, withhold aid, sabotage their efforts, starting whisper campaigns, or doing anything of the sort? No, madam. No, master. Master, I've never seen you do nothing wrong, master. Your beauty and your grace are only matched by your intelligence and your mercy. I knew if this person had asked anything from you, master, you would have given her anything in the world, anything that you could have given her, master. I love you. I love you more than the air I breathe, Brianna Wu, please. Thanks, Tipster. Cool story, bro. Pathetic. Absolutely. Dude, whenever I'm reminded that Tipster exists, it like sends a chill down my spine. Like, oh my God, these fucking people, like, consumer. Do you know how fat he is? Oh, hold up. Let me pull up how fucking fat Tipster is. Because in order for me to adequately explain how disgusting Tipster is, you need a picture of him. if we're being real here, where is it? Someone replied to me. I was complaining about Tipster, and someone literally sent me a picture of Tipster, and it was just, it was bone chilling. Okay, here, provolone cheese. Oh, my boy, Cheese Boy 324, dude. Cheese Boy 324 with the provolone cheese picture. Sent the deets. It looks like fucking Twitter is just not working today. Come on. Maybe if I change my VPN. I know I'm looking. Oh, yes. That's the happiest anyone has ever been to see a picture of Tipster. Okay, listen. I want you to imagine this. You see how fat this fucking loser is? You see how enormous he is? How disgusting and greasy he is? Imagine how many calories a day it takes to keep this man at this weight. You're probably talking like 5,000 calories on the reg. Let's just go to Google and type in calories in fried chicken. 320 calories per, or 240 per 100 grams. How much meat is in a chicken, like a whole chicken? 4 to 5 pounds of meat. So we'll do 4.5 lb to gram. It's 2,000 grams. 2,000 grams. And we time about 20. So 20 grams times 250 is about 5,000. That's one chicken a day. I literally just did the math. There are 4.5 pounds of meat in a chicken. It's 250 calories per 100 grams of fried chicken. You take one chicken and you fry it, you get 5,000 calories. That's how many calories Tipster needs to maintain his weight. This fucker is eating a whole ass fried chicken a day, every day, to keep that physique. So you think about this. How much resources go into raising a chicken from egg to chicken and then frying it? You're talking about vegetable oil. You're talking about wheat for flour, for breading and frying it in, and the eggs that you need to get it to stick. And you're talking about the amount of grain and corn that you feed the chickens, and then all the petrol that's required to ship these different components to the farm, and then to the slaughterhouse, and then to the kitchen, the KFC, the fry, and the guy that works at the KFC. You're talking about an astronomical amount of logistics and resources required to get one chicken breaded, fried, and served to Tipster every day. You're talking about an inconceivable amount of ecological damage to this earth, not even considering the climate or whatever the fuck, no climatologist thing, just like pure actual expenditure of real resources to get this motherfucker fed a chicken a day every day. And what does he do with it? What does Tipster do with his one deep fried chicken a day? He goes on Twitter, he sits there and he simps for a fucking 6'6" stink ditch golem to deny murdering trannies on the internet. That is what he does with his chicken a day. That is the biggest waste of anything ever in the history of mankind. That is a fucking sacrilege, and that is a testament against capitalism, because in a communist society where they have to cut corners to get things to work, this fucker would be in a ditch and there would be 1,000 more chickens running around every year. Okay, that's what we're looking at here. That's fucking not even as a joke, not even hyperbole. Like, that is disgusting. This man is, in every possible way, every philosophical way you could possibly analyze him, he is disgusting, ontologically vile. So the consequence of this was that the friend that Rihanna mentions, or Rena mentions in the original message, flew out to Denver and opened their computer, had access to their computer, and found through their credit reports where they were last at spending money. They had traveled away from Denver and were on a huge pill bender in a small town nearby at a hotel. And Fancy Pants was able to find this person and secure them. And now they are alive. They are safe, apparently. And Keffals does not have an actual literal murder on their hand. However, while you might be a little bit dismayed for various reasons that we can't make fun of Keffals for being a murderer forever, this may actually be the worst possible outcome. Because based on these responses, there is a bit of a tell to what they're hoping for. As I say here, they are basically denying everything, claiming a misunderstanding, washing their hands of it, and then praying to fucking God that this person accusing them of conspiracy to destroy their life and kill them and deprive them of financial support is just going to be too dead to say anything bad about them moving forward. Well, that's not what's happened. And now you have, they're very much alive. And they have the ability now to provide receipts to fuck up their shit even more. In fact, what's really shocking is how both of them immediately moved on from this. Like, oh, someone's accusing me of driving them to suicide. Haha. Oh well. Here's one thing that they showed. Is Brianna Wu, by the way. I'm on the thing trying to find it. Brianna Wu has posted like 1,000 fucking times. Okay, so Brianna Wu is like, what? I didn't murder anyone. And then, haha, here's my salmon and potatoes that I made in Brussels sprouts. Haha. And then all of this shit talking about salmon and shrimp and then cars because he's obsessed with cool cars and shit and little mini figurines. So just immediately, oh, I was accused of driving someone to suicide. Haha, cute misunderstanding. Teehee. And then went to just cook salmon and talk about cars for 100 tweets afterwards. And what did Keffals do after being accused of driving someone to suicide?
Paris, France. The city of love evokes romantic images of the Eiffel Tower, the Notre Dame.
Now is the time to drop my weird monotone video about the catacombs of fucking Paris. You see these catacombs? This will be the burial site of any tranny who tries to obstruct my grift. Don't get it twisted. You fuck with me, you're gonna be buried down there. They'll think you're some historical skeleton that's been there for 500 years. What's really, really awesome about this video, and how shit it is this part. Watch.
Decide which way to run among all the many different corridors.
If you can't tell, Keffals is using extremely low quality footage of ABC Family videos because there have been TV specials about the catacombs under Paris for like 30 fucking years at this point. So Keffals is using like 20-year-old news footage of the catacombs from one of those ghost hunter videos where they go, top 10 creepiest place on earth. Number 1, the catacombs of Paris. The catacombs have been there for 500 years. Most people don't know about them, even though we've talked about them for 30 fucking years at this point. Like, just ripped the footage off and played it. And I assume that he picked, like, it's like a significant portion of this video. It's just ABC Family footage. And I assume that he picked this footage because it's so old that it might not be in Content ID. And then a lot of it's just like stock footage. So here's Keffals' brilliant idea for a channel. Oh my God, look.
The safety precaution the miners took were not enough, and tunnel collapses, including from the city above, were common.
Okay, hold up. Chat. We're gonna do something real quick. I'm gonna do it real quick, off the cuff. Let's see. This is royalty free, so if we see it here, then we know that he didn't even pay for these. I'm not seeing it on the royalty free site, chat. I'm not seeing it. Keffals might have actually paid for the stock footage of Domino's that he used. Let's try Shutterstock. finding this. I'm finding these dominoes. Okay, let me refresh my memory. What does this look like? It's like spirals.
Sign of the
Okay, it is. It's like 3-4 spirals. Will I be able to find this exact stock footage of spirals? Maybe not. I might be wrecked. Keffels' ability to find stock footage of dominoes falling may not be the most amazingly obvious thing possible. Domino, try maze. No. I'm felted, chat. I guess Keffels made this. As a perfect visual allegory for the catacombs of Paris, Keffels went out and arranged these dominoes and this way and filmed it to improve his video with. So like all of this is ABC footage, used without permission, stock footage,
of street and
and just him talking over it. That's his vision. You know who else recently decided that they were going to do spooky footage? A very familiar person, since we're on the topic. Is she live right now? She's reacting to...
Sick as Shannon's dog.
I ain't got my shots.
Yeah, really pause.
Anyway.
So after... Okay, so she just claimed that she was going to do... be more private and not react to everything. Now she's like live reacting to like haters and shit. Okay, cool. I did not know this. I want to show you this though. She's doing spooky video gaming as a VTuber. And then where's her new video about foodie beauty? What's the I thought it was on her main channel, but I guess not. I can't even find it. She makes so many new channels that I'll never be able to find this. She did a live stream horror short about, oh wait, is this it? About some guy that was like a child rapist, and he had like embedded, it was actually kind of I had heard the story before. It's a cool story. The guy, to avoid DNA profile, he was like a doctor, and he knew that they would take his DNA if they found, like if they suspected him of the rapes and shit. So he had literally surgically embedded into his own arm a plastic tube that was filled with the blood of one of his random patients. And so when they went to take DNA from him, he would show them his arm, and they would find the big vein that was actually a plastic tube he had embedded under his skin, and they would extract the blood from his arm so that when they DNA tested it, it would be this like other person's blood he had hid inside his own body. And it kept him from getting arrested for rape for like more than a decade. And they only, when they were like 100% sure it was him and were baffled by the fucking blood shit, they ended up taking blood from like 4 different places on his body so that they could figure out what the fuck was happening. There's even been cases, I think, where people were like, they have 2 different DNAs because their body absorbed like a twin fetus at some point in the womb, and like one of their arms has like a different DNA or something than the rest of their body. It's really weird. Anyways, that's what she was talking about. So on the same day that What's-Her-Face puts out a video about the weird blood tube, Queen Keffals decides to do a voiceover of stock footage.
mushrooms.
This will save my internet career. I'm gonna do a voiceover of mushrooms, chat. Wait. They're called champagne mushrooms, right? No, I've spelled it wrong. I'm pretty sure they're mushrooms. There's simply too many mushroom stock videos, chat. I'll never find them. Try mushroom basket. Nah, felt it again, chat. Felt it again. I will never find the specific basket of mushrooms that Keffels is using. Champagnon. You know what I care about the French? Nothing. Absolutely not a thing. I wish Keffels luck on his endeavors of murdering people. Okay, so I'm going to talk about something. Goodbye, feminist hamster. I'm going to talk about something I know nothing about. Asmongold. Here is what I know about Asmongold. This is your group participation stream moment of the stream where you can yell at me as I say things wrong in real time. This is the most popular segment of all of my streams. I can't wait to read your comments on the archive. Okay, so Asmongold is like a... I found the domino. Wait, hold up. We're not done yet. Someone found the dominoes. Is this it? Vecteezy? Oh my god, yes. Look, you can't stump the Kiwi Farms, okay? We're too good. Someone found the Queen Kafal's domino video. It's Vecteezy. So now can I do a mushroom basket? Can I find the mushroom basket now? Did he just went to Vecteezy instead of stock footage? Hold on, let's go back to the other tab first, and then I'll go back to talking about Asmongold. Get what you have to say about Asmongold queued up in your brain, because we're gonna talk about it in a second. I probably need to specify what kind of mushroom. Let's see. It's like a wicker basket. Champignon. No, I'm not gonna find. I press my luck, chat. I press my luck. I'll never find the wicker basket of champignon mushrooms. Okay. Anyways, Asmongold. Speaking of mushrooms, he's like. Here's what I understand about him. He is a World of Warcraft streamer or something, and he's really popular on the internet. Stop me. I'm gonna try. Everything's gonna be wrong when I say this. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Apparently he's like a World of Warcraft streamer, right? Wrong. Instantly wrong. Okay. Asmongold used to work for the IRS. That's true. That makes him a soulless automaton who will be destroyed in the afterlife. Where's his stream from? Which thread is he from? Well, okay, what does he do? How does he have $1 million? He plays gotcha garbage and reacts nowadays. But what? And he has a prostitute wife. Is that the Asian woman that shows up on his stream? Is that the prostitute? How did he start as? How did this guy get his start? Oh my god, so many posts. He's a neat. He's a WoW streamer. So I was right. He was a WoW streamer. Now he's a reaction streamer. Okay. And he's like an XQC where he has an absurd amount of money just reacting. And then there was like, I'm gonna have to find this actually. I don't have the fun clip of the roaches crawling on him.
To expect me to draw a moral line, I have to perceive a difference that I consider substantial. And I do not consider the difference substantial. Do you guys? No. Right. No. And that's really what matters. If it was made with AI, I'm completely okay with that because it was fun.
The evidence
it
is
doesn't
that
matter. Nobody really cares
the lead
about this.
developer has been very positive about AI in the past and made an AI game
We're gonna play
called
this, by the way.
AI Art Imposter that lets an AI artist draw a picture. And so that was like one of the games.
We're going to be playing this week.
Yes, just generally has been much more positive about some of the benefits of AI rather than what is the normal sentiment amongst artists and I guess general Twitter population, which is that AI is bad and it takes jobs from people.
Well, AI and the sentiment from artists opinions don't matter. It just doesn't matter because what matters is the opinion of the people that are buying the product. Like, it doesn't, like, your opinion on it, like, just because you do it doesn't, like, nobody cares. Like, it's not, It's not relevant. It's like whenever one of these, like, you know, really well-respected and really respectable directors talks about how bad Marvel is. Shut up, old man. Shut up. I like watching the Thor movie. It was cool.
I mean, on one hand, it's like, yeah, things are worth what people are willing to pay for it. The problem is that it seems to reward like the worst kind of media ever. You know what I mean? It seems like what the masses want to promote is the worst slop ever put out ever. Because I think it's like, if a midwit will enjoy something, a retard will also enjoy it. So when you combine the retard and the midwit demographics together, it constitutes like 80% of the population, and that's what's like the most economically viable market out there. Whereas if you try to target like intelligent people, the issue becomes then that you exclude all the retards like immediately, and then you segment your audience even further, because like intelligent people have more diversified taste, so you're not even going to capture like all of the intelligent people with your product. You're going to only capture intelligent people who also align with what your product is. Whereas if you just make like the most middle of the line boring slop possible that triggers neurons correctly, you'll get most of the retards and midwits, right? That's how it feels. I don't know. As far as like AI, I can't criticize AI too much because I benefit from it already. Like the way that these deep learning models work has completely revitalized my enjoyment of programming. I use GitHub's Copilot with VS Code. I usually I switched to VS Code a couple years ago, and it integrates into GitHub. And I hate GitHub. I hate Microsoft. And I really don't want to support any of these products, but the thing with GitHub's Copilot, I've demonstrated this on stream before, but you can just start typing and it will guess what you want to do very accurately, especially if you're working in a very popular language like JavaScript. Like I work in JavaScript, Rust, and sometimes C if I really have to. But when I was working in C for the first time, the GitHub Copilot was able to guess what I was doing and do it correctly. So I was able to work in a language I was unfamiliar with because it was able to understand what I was trying to do and help me along with that. And it's kind of hard to explain if you don't work in programming, but before, for as long as I can remember, the biggest struggle that I had with coding is that I had to remember, I have very short, like poor memory, I guess. I don't know how, not all the time, just like in general, I have memory issues. So when I do coding, I have to remember all these different functions, and I have to remember the order of their parameters, and I have to remember like what they are and what the most efficient way to do certain tasks are. And it's very difficult for me. So I continually have to pull up like an API reference and figure out what I'm doing again and again for the same shit. Like I just have a serious issue remembering calls and the order of parameters. And it's a very it's a obstacle, because when I'm trying to be productive, you know, if I know I have to start developing all this new functionality, it's like a real obstacle to overcome. Like actually organizing all this code and remembering all these basic things over and over again, and getting to work on it. So when I just start typing code and GitHub like guesses what I want and just automatically fills out all this asinine bullshit that I can't remember, I can just move past it. I don't have to sit there and think and ask for help in like chat rooms and shit for programmers to remember the same fucking shit over and over again. It just like, it knows immediately what I want. And then of course you audit it to make sure that that's actually correct, but it almost always is. So it has like totally revitalized and improved my ability to stay productive. It's very, 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 very cool. So I like AI. Now, as far as this guy goes, he lives in trash. This was the point of this he had like a roach crawling on him at some point, and I couldn't find the roach clip. If you can find the roach clip, please send that to me in the chat, because this is where the filth he lives in.
They are, and that's true, but not in terms of my room. A lot of people think that it's actually not as bad as it is, and I'm probably gonna clean it today, but I don't want to lose the memory. And so got 3 drinks here. This is McDonald's, Long John Silver's. Fuck is that? Whataburger, Taco Bell, shoes. That thing I found in the street. That's my bed. Wendy's. Just, yeah. I don't even remember when I had that. Here's my desk. There we go. My character, fucking awesome. This is Drake. And I've got up here, we have some Whataburger numbers, some fucking Mountain Dew, more McDonald's drinks. I probably have 30 McDonald's drinks here. And see, first it started on my desk, right? And then put a couple of them behind my monitor. Ran out of room. Started putting them down here. And this is the one from today. That was good. And then I have some from over here. This is actually where I've been putting them recently. That I don't even know why I put that. I've got some on top of my computer there. And let's see what we actually have in here. Fuck. Not magic cards too. And this these red cups. Let's see. It's like pink lemonade. That let's get a better look at that. That's molded over Coke. That's more molded over Coke. This one's one of my favorites here. I don't even know how long this has been here. That's just disgusting. And then we have that one's only starting to mold, so got a little bit.
Very cool. Is this him in his room, or is this like a hostile entity?
To an AI artist draw a picture, is that
is the opinion?
That's right. And then
is this him? It's the same room, but yeah, but like, is this the guy? Yes, that's Asmon. Okay, cool. I was wondering if this is like someone was talking about Hassan Piker. I'm like, is this Hassan Piker filming this? Okay, someone sent me the roach clip. I might have to. Oh, it does work. Okay, let's see this. Very cool gamer chair. It's a good sign. Oh, you like free? The audio's cut. Oh, it's one of them. Ah, ew, ew. And then he just throws it on the ground. Get out of here, you little scamp. Oh no, Hassan! Hassan, no, don't do it. You can hear in the background. Bro, that's insane. How do you not have like a panic button at that point? Like, if there's an urgent threat of like a roach attack at any second, how do you not have like a button on your desk to press for like a be right back screen or something? A little smiley face that pops up and is like, be right back, smiley face, while you're like desperately trying to fling a cockroach off of you. Amazing. This guy sounds like fun, chat. He doesn't have a thread. Can you believe that? He doesn't have a Kiwi's Farm thread. What's wrong with you people? I see people in my chat who are like, I used to watch him back when I was like gooning to World of Warcraft and shit. Like, come on. Like, I know this guy. Where's the fucking thread, motherfucker? Come on now. He does have a thread. What? He's not that fun. Bro, he's got a cockroach on him. He lives in trash. There was a video of him with like an Asian woman in his room. Is that the prostitute girlfriend? No, there is no audio, you dumb fuck. The video has no audio. It's on the issue on my end. I don't know about the charity scam. I'll look up that later. I think that he's in the Twitch thread, yeah. Okay, cool. Taylor Lorenz posted this in secret, but it leaked. It leaked to my undercover operatives who sent this to me. She says, "Can anyone help me fix all the incorrect shit on my Wikipedia page? People are making shit up, getting it posted to my Wikipedia, and then news articles write up the fake shit on Wikipedia without ever fact checking, and then they use that as evidence on my Wikipedia page. Help, please. I wouldn't care, but it's extremely annoying to be asked about fake shit repeatedly in interviews and have these crazy right-wing conspiracies about my life and my work and my career repeated as fact when they're not based in reality. And fuck MSNBC to eternity for the deranged way they continue to promote that segment where they used me for clickbait and lied about my harassment experience. I've asked them for correction, but MSNBC would rather lie outright about a woman journalist as long as I get them views. What MSNBC did to me is 150 billion times worse than anything I've ever dealt with from Fox News or the right-wing people. I can't wait for the day that company goes out of business. Do not believe a thing you watch on MSNBC. They will happily lie with impunity if it gets views. Duh. Oh, the news lies and Wikipedia repeats the lies, and then the news repeats what's on Wikipedia, and then Wikipedia cites that as fact. Oh, oh, suffer, Taylor Lorenz. I will remind them today, chat. Today you will be reminded that Taylor Lorenz's uncle, I believe it's her uncle, works for archive.org. And that is why when you go to archive.org and you type in Kiwi Farms, you will see that it has been excluded from the repository. They did not delete it. They still keep it, but they don't let you access it. And that is because Taylor Lorenz complained. So if you give money to Wikimedia or if you give money to archive.org, you should stop. Or the EFF. You should stop and you should tell them that their treatment of the Kiwi Farms is why you've done so. Suffer Taylor. Yeah, it's funny. I know I did the Suffer Horse thing, and now I watched PPP's thing for the first time live, and Suffer is now like a meme on his stream too. I thought that was funny. I feel like, yeah, I'm a real meme maker, chat. I'm a meme maker. And Jim Stewartson has a thread. I talked about him briefly in conjunction with what's his face? Trendsetter, that's right. With Jackie Singh. Jackie Singh is insane. She did something insane recently. I forgot what though. She has me blocked, so it's hard to see the insane shit she does without going to her thread. And I never seek out her thread because I don't ever want to smell curry while reading Twitter posts. But this guy is the guy that's involved in like a lawsuit with General Mike Flynn because he accused him of being QAnon. And even though Mike Flynn is obviously not QAnon, he insisted and keeps calling him like a Nazi child molester. So he's being sued. He operates like a blog called Mind-War, which is not even the first thing that shows up if you search Mind War on a search engine, but it's just like a bunch of like schizo blog articles about how the entire world is out to get him because he's too close to the real truth or some shit, and how everyone is Putin. Like the MO of his blog is that there's a bunch of evil fascists who control the world and they're trying to usurp democracy, and only heckin' journalists like him can save the world from Putler and Mike Flynn. So there you go. I've read through this. It's a lot of little details. That's just basically like he went through like 8,000 different grifts before settling on grifting left-wing Twitter professionally. So that's like his life. Is he wrong? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Mr. Medicare did a stream, and it was probably his best stream in years at this point. He doesn't stream very often, but He had like everything prepared. It was like a proper like beatdown of Ralph. Like I've talked about Ralph for a very long time, and it was kind of like a retrospective of things that I've already knew about. But when I hadn't seen the May clip where she's getting like he's threatening to murder her. I hadn't heard that in a long time. And I forgot about how bad, like I knew that he had that clip where he yelled at his mom trying to get a ride to dialysis. And he's like, it's not even hot outside. Like I remember that, but I forgot how bad they were. Like I forgot that Ralph told, his mom to eat a dick and called her a cocksucker, I think. And then I forgot that he literally like threatened to kill May and put hands on her. So it was interesting to watch all that in retrospect. And I thought it was a good stream. Though I cut it off when he got to Super Chats and started talking about fucking Pippa Pipkins again. That is your Medicare update. Now, allow me to explain. This actually does require a little bit of explanation. Because I don't think I've ever mentioned this person on stream before. This guy, and I didn't even know about this. I only happened to watch it to see it because PPP was talking about it. But I thought it was interesting enough to do research into. And the reason why I didn't see this is because I intentionally went out of my way to avoid it. This guy is called Jesse PS. He is... I say this, and I hope I'm not being too mean, because I don't know too much about him, but in my head, he's kind of compartmentalized in the Kinoshé category of like ruthless self-aggrandizers who just want to like profit and enrich themselves off of internet drama, and everything that they are involved in is less funny and less organic and less interesting as a result. Oh yeah, I did. I mean, I'm sure I've shouted on him before. I just can't remember the last time I ever spoke about him. So that's why I'm kind of recapping it. His podcast is like paywalled or something. So he constantly tries to get involved in drama to get people to pay money to watch his streams where he talks about the drama that he creates. So it's not interesting, and I kind of despise him, you know. Though I first knew about him because Dick complained about him. He is Dick Masterson's top A-log, and he kind of got into like the drama shit because of Dick Masterson entering the sector. So that's how he got like converged into it. And he's sick right now. He's sick and he can't do his streams. So he thought, you know, I will both promote myself and allow other people to promote themselves by guest hosting my podcast. So he invites Ethan Ralph, or rather, according to him, Ethan Ralph literally begged to host his stream. Now, I don't know if that's true because the fucker lies, but I can't believe it. Ralph apparently told him that it would be a big thing for him if he was allowed to host Jesse's podcast while he's sick. And it went terribly. I think in Jesse's mind, he probably hoped that Ralph would show up like completely pilled and fucked up and like start screaming at people. Because I think one of the conditions that Jesse had for him showing up on the podcast was that he would take calls. And instead, Ralph basically played clips for several hours and then only took calls in the last bit when Jesse like forced him to. Because even Jesse told him that you can accept money. Like if you want to do a thing where people have to super chat to like, you know, get on and talk, that's fine. You can charge people money for it, but I just want to have call-ins. And Ralph knew that people would pay money, like $5 to get onto Discord and yell at him and call him a fat faggot, right? So he didn't want to do it because he didn't want to be embarrassed, especially after the gym thing just happened. And as a result, Jesse literally had to apologize to his audience for how shit Ralph was. And I have these timestamped actually, so sit right about here.
No, because you don't want me to finish my point. You don't want me to finish my point. My point is that
if you don't know, he's playing a clip of Brian Dunn, the king of pole. One of the most, like, talking about Jesse is kind of like, okay, let's give some background on who Jesse is so that people know what the fuck I'm talking about at all. Now I'm having to like, there's like a Inception foghorn sound because now I have to explain who the fuck Brian Dunn is. Brian Dunn's a loser faggot. I hope we're all clear now. And for whatever reason, Ralph has decided to play a loser faggot roasting him on somebody else's stream who none of these people know who the fuck Brian Dunn is.
Let's say you're an impressionable child, which is his vast majority of the people who watch him are teenagers, just like they watch Augie RFC and most of those guys that came from his sphere of the side of the internet. They come out, they have the same mannerisms, they have the same belief systems, they have the same promotion of the same values. They're completely fucking warped. They don't make any sense to have. To finish my point. My point is that let's say you're an impressionable child, which is his vast majority of the people who watch him are teenagers, just like they watch Augie RFC and most of those guys that came from his sphere of the side of the internet. They come out, they have the same mannerisms, they have the same belief systems, they have the same promotion of the same values. They're finish my point. My point is that let's say you're an impressionable child.
I got to break in here. I don't know what's going on. Ethan told me this was a great opportunity for him. He told me that this was going to be, he really appreciated. I don't want to just sit here and read our DMs. I'm sick as a dog, by the way. That's why I'm having guest hosts fill in. So I want to apologize right now. I don't know what the fuck this is. Ethan Ralph is a greater showman than what you're getting right now. He told me he wanted to do an AMA. So I'm not sure what's going on. I told him before, you can take super chats on your own channel. You can restream to your own shit. You can make money off of this. And I want to be clear, I definitely told him, there was no point where I didn't say, hey, you want to get paid for this? Sure, people are going to send in super chats. You want to get paid for that? That's not a problem. Money's not a problem for Pod Awful. This isn't Nightwave. So I don't know what's going on here, but I've just watched over 100 people drop out of this shit show of a stream. And we've got some good people coming up to guest host. I hope to fucking God that they take this opportunity to do something fun. I mean, can you imagine being given the keys to the castle and this is what you give? Ethan can do better than this. I don't know what's going on. I'm talking to him behind the scenes. I'm begging him. Take calls. I'll give you money. Take calls. Read super chats. He won't do it. So I don't know if this has this all been a trick and I have been trolled? No. I can assure you that's not the case because the messages I've been getting from Ethan about this. I mean, he said he needed this. Again, I'm not trying to tell tales out of school, but I'm begging him in the DMs right now, be the Ethan Ralph, the Ralph Amale we know you can be. I like Ethan. I think he is a good showman. This has been the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. And that's on me. That's on me. Yeah, Ralph won. You lost though. Enjoy.
Someone in chat said this was a joke. Ethan promoted this. Ethan, Ralph tweeted this out on Twitter to promote it. So it's definitely him. It's not like a meme. And there's one more interruption that I'll scream to. Apparently after this, he interrupts him again after 10 minutes. And I'll let him say that too, because I thought that was funny.
I don't think this good, but
thing I asked was don't fuck.
Oh, okay. So he's playing something. I think this is like a song or something, but this is like a YouTube's music channel system. So this is plugged into Content ID. And when what's his face sees that Ralph is playing this on his stream, he interrupts.
That has happened to me. But...
Oh, you know what? And I think this actually might be clipped. Like he might have used this in studio editor because there is like a cut when he jumps to his voice. So I think he used the studio editor to cut out this video.
I don't think this good, but
thing I asked was don't fucking play copyrighted shit. Now that's what we're doing, is playing copyrighted shit. Oh my God. This is a disaster. This is a complete disaster. We got Salvo coming up. We got Sven Stuffles coming up. I expected this from a Mr. Burgers hosted Pod Awful, but this, I got to get the real Minnie Manson. We got to get a real entertainer in here. We should get Minnie Manson just to come in here over top of Ethan. Hang on a second. I'm so sick. I'm dying. I'm Mr. Medicare. Look at this, 282. We were at 570, I think, the beginning of this. Remember that?
Jesse just having to sit there watching his viewership collapse in real time as Zanny Ralph plays clips and Truffle shuffles around in his chair for 2 hours. At the end, I think he just cuts Ralph off and then takes calls himself, and they just make fun of Ralph for like 40 minutes before ending the stream. So I don't know. I found this funny. It's weird. Ralph rarely goes out of his comfort zone anymore. He's always just on his stream with the mute button on ready, like on standby. He's got his desk set up so there's a giant punch it button to end the stream immediately. If anyone says anything that he doesn't like or that upsets him or whatever in any way. So it's kind of interesting for the first time in a long time to see Ralph kind of venture out of the hovel to show up on somebody else's stream. And it was supposed to be a boon to him. Like, come on, my show and do your thing, get really amped up. Because Ralph's numbers are very low right now too. That get some fresh blood into your viewership and, make a good impression on people that ordinarily wouldn't go out of their way to watch you. And he just does he just sits there with like a grumpy face. This is it. You want to see Ethan Ralph's grumpy face for 2.5 hours? Oh, here you go. Here's the show for you. Awesome. Good job, Jesse. I think that might be it. I do have the Reddit segment. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I forgot. Wait, hold up. Okay, here, wait. Oh my God, chat. Hold up. Breaking news, chat. Wait, it's muted. Fuck. Bossman Jack lost a lot of money again. That's right. Last night, Bossman Jack lost all of his money on Stake, and then he deleted his Discord, and he said, "Fuck you, Eddie. Stake is a scam. Eddie should be in jail. Everyone who runs Stake should be in jail. They're all scam artists, con artists, hack frauds." He blames all of his life's problems on Eddie. Says, "I'm going to stop gambling. I'm going to stop gambling. I'm going to stop streaming. I'm so miserable. I'm a depressoronied." And then he crashed and he disappeared for 20 hours with no Discord. What could possibly have happened to Bossman Jack? Well, chat. He woke up the next day and his Stake.us partnership of $4,500 a week had just settled. And he said, "You know what? I'm so thankful for everything I have. Let's do a fresh start Gambit sesh." And he went to Blackjack and he's actually up. Oh, he was up when I started streaming. He could have lost it all again by now. But there you go. Yes, he sleeps for 20 hours at a time because he does crack. And then when he goes to bed, he like sleeps until, he sleeps forever because he stays up for days at a time on crack. We up 12K right now. Oh my God, that's life-changing money. Honda Civic, here I come, boy. He has unbanned me, which means if he is live at the end of the stream and you are on the Kick Chat, we will do a little Raiderino. But that's your Bossman Jack update. I hope everyone who fucking collapses into the ground in hysterics anytime I talk about him have managed to avoid puncturing your own eardrums with a nearby pin to avoid the Bossman Jack. It's like, it's over already. Don't worry about it. However, there is some Reddit content before we do Super Berries. So there was a post on Our Data is Beautiful, and this got cross-posted to ourdrama.net. Chris Marcello Ween New Year, they them 2 days ago posted that a Redditor analyzed what subreddits different moderators for Our Israel and Our Palestine were also moderating. And the graph comes up, and let's check out the statistics here, chat. Let's check out, let's go and open this up and see the data. Oh, it's been deleterinoed. It has been swept up because it showed that the moderators for data for our Palestine also moderated like a dozen other subs, and the moderators for our Israel only moderated our Israel, and one guy also moderates women in tech, which means that there's at least one tranny in our Israel. But in our Palestine, they also moderate Israeli crimes, Ask Middle East, Toilet Paper USA, March Against Nazis, I'm a Total Piece of Shit, which is just another bullshit anti-fascist one, The Blue Pill, Lost Generation, Abolish the Monarchy, so he's British. Speaking of, by the way, my deepest sympathies to the King of England, who was diagnosed with cancer over the last week. I've said many times that despite what many people may believe, I do appreciate the royalty of the United Kingdom, because as far as the English go, the monarch is by far the best of the English, and that is because they are German, chat. So I wish him a speedy recovery, if that is indeed in the cards for him. An anti-fascist of Reddit, Jews of Conscience and Israel Palestine. Love my king, simple as. And then this is in Our Relationship Advice, posted by Unamacorp, which just means animal body. That's a weird name. She possibly says, caught my F24 partner, M27, sucking himself. To start off, he's been saying he wants to try kinkier stuff a lot lately, but I've been a little shy about it. I feel like he wants me to do porn star stuff when I just don't have the look or confidence of some of those BDSM scenes he's been showing me. Fast forward to him texting me during lunch while I was at work. He works from home and I work at an office. That he had a surprise for me when I got home. Later that day, I get home. I end up having to work a little later than usual because someone accidentally took a server down. And I walk into the room. Okay, so this is a woman in tech. This is a tranny. I'm just gonna call it. That name is weird. This whole post is fucking weird, and they work in tech. This is a tranny. And I walk into the room to find him with his dick in his mouth. I don't even know. Okay, so you walk in and you say, honey, I'm home. And your husband is just like contorted like a gymnast, balls deep in himself. That's like a horror scene trope. It's like walking in on a murder. I don't even know how to feel about this. Like, this is way different than the stuff he was trying to get me into. I'm not even sure if this is gay or not. How am I supposed to cope? You really are down bad when you go to Reddit and you say, I can't cope. How do I cope? They continue. He said it wasn't gay. He was just trying to get himself off while he waited for me to get home. But I feel like there are other ways he could have done that instead of sucking himself off. What do I do? How am I supposed to move forward knowing that he can apparently just suck his own dick at any time? What does that mean? What does that mean? How can I move forward knowing he can just suck his own dick at any time? That statement is heavily implying something. It's a statement that you make when there is like an obvious implication to be made. I don't know what it's implying though. It's like it's heavily leaning. There's an elephant in the room that this statement is propped up against, and I have no fucking idea what they're trying to say. Maybe I don't know, if it is a woman, maybe she just doesn't want her husband to masturbate at all. And now she's like, well, if he can like give himself blowjobs, like, does this mean that we're just not going to have sex ever again? Like, Dude, we need a poll. I have no fucking idea what to make the options to make for a poll. I have literally no idea what she's trying to say. How do I move forward? Well, what's stopping you? Come on, chat. Give me your answers to this. What's the threat here? What's the danger? She is threatened by his dick sucking ability. Okay, I can do a poll for that. Okay, poll. Who is in the right here? Mr. Self-Suck or Mrs. Server Monkey? Does that work? Okay. Vote 1 if you think Mr. Self-Suck is in the right. Vote 2 if Mrs. Server Monkey is in the right. Vote now. Is autofellatio straight or gay? I don't know. How can she bargain with a man who can get a blowjob at any time he wants? You know who can give himself a blowjob? Frederick Brennan. Frederick Brennan, because he has, from what he said, his condition did not affect the size of his penis, and his spine is like all fucky wucky. So he was very proud of the fact that he could give himself a blowjob at any time. I think he said that when he got too fat, he couldn't do it anymore, but he had been able to for a while. I'm just letting you guys know. This is information that I have, and I'm going to dump on you like a boiling pot of water. Okay, as I've told this regaling story, the votes have come in. I'm waiting for 100 votes, but I don't know if we're going to get that. I guess people are not passionate about this poll enough to get to 100 votes. With 94 votes in, 65% of people say that Mr. Self-Suck is in the right, while 30 people sympathize with Miss Server Monkey. So there you go. I guess 65 of you would be blowing yourself, and 30 of you would be not able to cope, trying to understand how to move forward. Fascinating. In case you're wondering, I don't know. I'm not. Someone suggested do a poll if autofellatio is gay. It's fucking gay, retard. Come on, I'm not doing a fucking poll for that. Get real, idiot. Get real. Ricada news. There is no Ricada news. The Ricada news is that wait, did I talk about the hot tub stream? I did talk about the hot tub stream. I talked about how gay it was. And then I talked about how he had a bottle in the ass. There is no Sober January is over. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I have nothing to say about Ricadas today. What? How did you do this? No way does it do that. Does it really? Oh my fucking god. Why does it send that as raw HTML and not fucking sanitizer? Why did... Okay. Dude, it does... Rumble will literally send quote tags or greater than tags unsanitized to the client, and the client has to sanitize the quote tags. That's fucking unreal. I did add CSP to it, so I'm not too concerned. That's fucking retarded though, because now people are just gonna fuck it up. So can I do anything? Like, can I just embed this fucking image directly? I can't, dude. Okay. I'm gonna have to turn that off because now that that's known, I'm gonna have to add client side fucking sanitation, because both that and Odyssey will send unsanitized chat text. That's fucking insane. All right, sorry. I do have to hide the chat because now that it's known, because people can do injections into the HTML. So for the remainder, I will fix this before next stream. I'm sorry, and I'll look at the chats myself. I apologize. I know I like to have the chat on the stream, especially when I'm doing the super chats and shit. But it's just not acceptable right now. If people know that you can inject fucking HTML, dude, I didn't even think. It literally never even crossed my mind that Rumble and Odyssey would just send unsanitized HTML to the fucking. Okay, cool, excellent, wonderful. All right, super chats. Then I have to fix the stream nexus. I apologize. Next time it will be fixed. Cool. Let's find the dashboard, I guess. There were 3 or 4 messages before the stream that I did not get to read. One was by the Lion King for $1, which was the music suggestion. There was one post by Deechi, I want to say, or Deech. And then 2 messages by the other guy, but they donated on Rumble like 3 hours before the stream, so I don't get to see those. Like, I'm sorry. If you want your messages to be seen for the stream early on, you can't use Odyssey. You're just fucked. You're fucked. I appreciate it, but you're fucked. I'm sorry. I'll have to like make, you know what? Fuck it. I'll make my own payment processor. God damn it. I've been informed how to do it. I've been informed how to process payments for my shit and not worry about it, and I'm gonna do it at some point. I have to write another fucking crowdfunding page or whatever. That's just my you know what I'll do? I'll write a thing for my streams, and I'll base it off that, or I'll have like Luke Smith's like shadow chats for XMR that some people have been asking for, and I'll just make my own thing. I'll make my own thing, and it'll have blackjack and hookers and go fuck yourself, and it won't have HTML injections. That's what it'll do, okay? Lion King for 2 says, happy safer internet day. Read random KF passwords to celebrate. The passwords for the Kiwi farms are salted and hashed using, forget the name of it. It's a really novel encryption mechanism that changes. God, what is it? Modern password encryption. It has a name for it. Is it OSWAP? No. Oh, is it? No, it's not Argon 2. Bcrypt. That's what it is. They're bcrypted. So I cannot read them. David S877 for $20 says, today's amount reduced due to sending all my money to some insane lunatic who's working to preserve the free and open internet. I wonder if did we hit 150? No. We're at 147. 147. Very exciting. Very exciting. Thank you. I appreciate it. The Mac user for 751s for 10. The Mac user 751 for 10. Not for $751, for $10, says, double your goal, Jerish. We can sue 2 people now. Once things settle down, we'll need Kiwi EU4 campaign. Okay, I can do that, maybe. We'll see. Thank you. Lucid Lay for 5 says, words can't express how much I despise Rumble. Rip Odyssey, you were too good, too pure for this world. You can still use Odyssey. I know that Rumble's a bit janky. You can use Kick, you just can't super chat on Kick, which is an oversight. Eddie, add super chats. I will integrate super chats into my overlay. Thank you. Action Johnny for 20 says, Action Johnny says, trans wrong, soccer child. You have already been action countless times. Enjoy prison. Thank you. Appreciate it. I will. Holy Hell for 2 says, hope you're having a good day as always, Joshua. My Nibba, very happy to see how successful the fun ended up being. Me too, for sure. I appreciate it. I'm actually having a great week. Can you believe it? It's kind of weird because the money's not mine. Like, the money is earmarked for a special purpose. So it's not like I'm $150,000 richer. However, now I feel safer. There's just like a general atmosphere that things are safer and more secure because I have the money. I'm not just applying this to a lawsuit. I have special purposes for this, for securing the LLC, because I'm going to set up, I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm setting something up right now. Yeah, it just feels safer, and I feel like people are going to be less willing to harass my fucking providers when they know that anything. If you send in emails to my providers right now, they're going into a lawsuit evidence folder. Okay, if you want to go ahead and continue to reinstigate the same tort, and continue to reset the statute of limitations on things, go for it. Motherfucker, I dare you. Please make things more obvious and more and more favorable towards my litigation, because you've been doing it for 2 fucking years at this point. More than that. Kiwi Friend for $50 says, Chief Janny Jersh, you made a lot more than $75,000. I have 2 suggestions. 1, donate to your local synagogue. 2, double it on Kino. We juiced you, my dude. Dude, Kino can squirt. I have heard from a very reliable source that Kino can squirt, baby. Okay, I can get a 63X on Kino, and then I can afford that big dick law firm in California and do whoever the fuck I want. Maybe I will. Thank you. That's a joke, by the way. Foxes for 5 says, petition to have litigation fund bar change colors every time it laps the original goal. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with the page now. I'm gonna have to add a page for tallying physical mail-in checks. But yeah, I'll have to keep it fresh, I guess, and keep adding new stuff to it. Devious Davi for 2 says, whoever took my username on here, I want you dead. Make sure you get on a kick. Ziggo Zero for $20 says, my nog, non-point intro, amazing. Alive and kicking the truth and the classic What a Day. Everyone should enjoy non-point. Have a great weekend, brother. What a Day was a great song that was new when I first was listening to it in Florida. And I remember I've told this story many times, but I'll reiterate it. I was at one point living at my friend's house that he was living with his brother. His brother had inherited it, and he had schizophrenia. And at one point, he was off his meds and literally forced us to leave. Like, he evicted us at knife point. And long story, I mean, there's a lot more to that. But on the way out, we called the police and stuff. But as we were leaving, we were listening to the radio, and What a Day by Nonpoint came on, and it was just like the perfect background music, like the theme song for that day. Thank you. All else fails for 20 says, legal funds need to be permanent so that you can afford the good cheese when you're back in the U.S. Bro, when I'm back in the U.S., I'm gonna find the source of the cheese. I'm gonna monopolize it. Okay, only I will have cheese. Everyone else will suffer. Eugelus, thank you. Eugelus Steve says, here's some funny money for the pizza fund. Going to sub to BMJ, but at least you had to give the tip for showcasing him. Yeah. I'm very happy to see my boy succeeding. Hopefully one day he'll have a realization about maybe he should give all he has to do really is give his dad his kick check, and then he can gamble everything else. Even half his kick check. A Twinkle Tart for $100 says, dude, chat was pretty rattled by the removal of the WoW doggo. I've never seen so many autistic homosexuals this upset before. Also, congrats on the fun. Keep donating, everyone. We are not done. The WoW dog has been replaced with a new code. It's still there. It's just :WoW : instead of just the word WoW. You have to put emote colons around it. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. Cole for 2 says, a nice Kiwi song to celebrate the fun reaching its goal. I hope it gets 10 times the amount by next week. Yeah, right. I think it's going to be tapering off for a bit. It's just a nice, relaxing song with pictures of kiwis. It's pretty nice, though. Thank you. Where is my thing? I lost my dashboard. Oh, there we go. Sneed's Feed and Seed, formerly Suck and Fuck for 5 says, I don't think Elliot Fong will ever see a day in court. Get it? Because he'll be blind soon. Good luck suing these faggots. I don't know what to expect. Now it's like serious. It's like, oh great, we have the money, but now it's like the anxiety of, okay, now we have to like deal with these people. And that's like anxiety inducing because they're like evil. They're genuinely evil fucking people. So you have to be careful. All else fails for $20 says, can we pay to be members of the organization on Twitter and get a Kiwi icon in our name? I'm not sure how that works. I want to say that there's a limited amount of badges that you can hand out, but I'll look into that. I'm not sure. I would imagine I'm going to give it to Waggly has an account. He's the only active mod right now, so who knows? Or active admin. The others have been away for a while. But maybe. Krubin Sim for 5 says, add this to the Zitter Golden Checkmark Fund. Also follow me back, Ruben Sim. I don't know who to follow with the Kiwi Farms account. Right now I'm only following myself, which is kind of homoerotic. It's kind of autofellatio-y, I guess. But I'll think about it. I don't know. I don't know if I want to like follow people as a joke or follow people that I actually want to promote. I haven't decided yet. Sneedo for 10 says Lamau, and there's a Catbox file. Okay. Check it out.
I was called the N-word by a stranger. Here's what happened. I was shopping at a well-known department store in Colorado Springs when a 6'2"
Society's healing. The kids are going to be all right. Thank you. Niga for 5 says Flamenco actually did a comeback last night due to the VTuber drama that has Twitter on fire, and Twitter going TND, total Niji Sanji death. That sounds very gay. Happy for him though, or sad that that happened, whichever is more accurate. Forsaken Wanderer for 5 says, hey Joa Law, here's a rare based AI and a Twitter excursion that even chat can enjoy. Sorry, I mean X. Oh, is this the fucking... Okay, this is like weird. Like this, okay, look, this shit is not based. Like, because here's what they're doing. You ready? Here's what they're doing with this shit. They have made an AI to add clothes to women, and they call it Dignify. It's like number one, if it's anything but trolling, like if you want to say that it's trolling and you're just pissing people off like prostitutes on the internet, go for it. But this is like, if you're thinking this is based, like I'm going to find porn and then I'm going to add clothes to it, and then I'm going to post it on the internet. You're just excusing looking up porn. You're not fooling me. When Big Chungus, Ian Miles Chungus, is like retweeting prostitutes on Twitter, it's not like I'm fooled. Oh, wow, he's really trying to show them that they can dignify themselves by wearing more clothes. It's like he's looking at porn and then just showing people what that looks like with clothes on to moralize, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. It's not like, oh, if it's anything but like a troll op, then it's fucking gay. But if you just want to like piss off prostitutes, go for it. I don't give a fuck. Stalker Child Enjoy Prison for 5 says, I feel like a lot of the capital and money was blown in 2020, and a lot of the positive things we're seeing now is the diminishing of returns for letting them blowing it all on the demented child sniffer in chief. It's just that after COVID, I feel like a lot of the fake and gay shit that they supported with the printing of the money has ebbed. Like the ESG fund from BlackRock was closed. The Federal Reserve has had to tighten its belt, and now it's like all these fucking gay, and now like there's such a level of consciousness in the public that people are actively boycotting woke shit. So, and I talked about this very recently, but like I speculated, what are people going to do? Like, what is the mass market going to do when they decide that they're tired of Disney? What are they going to buy? You know, you're not going to just ditch entertainment for nothing. It really does feel like a lot of people have just like given up on media. Like, okay, if we can't watch anything on Disney or Netflix, we're just going to not subscribe to these things. And I really didn't think people had the audacity to do that they would just stop watching stuff. But it seems, I don't know what normies do. I guess they just watch TikTok and YouTube now. And it's like the average person has managed to decide that if they don't want to support something, they're just not going to give money to it. And enough people are doing this that it's actually effective, which is shocking. And it requires a lot of people to be cognitive and upset for this to be effective. Nika for 10 says, I feel bad for showing you flamenco and VTuber shit earlier. Here's an additional payment gods need. Did you show me? Did I like already abort your VTuber shit from my brain? You didn't show me anything. Your apology is accepted if that's what you're concerned about, though. Thank you. Devious Davi for 2 says, the drag queen principal wasn't open drag. He got exposed and then resigned. Also, Lives of TikTok has an official role in the Oklahoma education system. And there's a short URL to Ryan Walters appoints Libs of TikTok creator Chaya Raichik to the State Agency Advisory Committee. So this is in Oklahoma. So Chaya Raichik, who's described by Coco News 5 ABC as a far-right conservative social media account, but she'll now be helping inform the Oklahoma Education Board. Cool. So we need more Libs of TikTok types in government. Baba Booey for 5 says, Turf Hamster, my beloved. I'm glad someone liked him. Or her, rather. Let's be accurate here. Docs Found for 5 says, can we call the feminist hamster for the Trone section the hamsterf? You can. That's pretty accurate. That would make sense. Thank you. Space Allen for 20 says, cheers. Cheers to you too. Thank you very much. Docs Found for 5 says, do you think Rin, the transgender that blamed Keffels and Brianna Wu for ostracizing them, actually killed themselves? They said they were going to overdose on pills, which has a low success rate. No, because they've already been found alive. I hope that answers your question. Terrell for 1 says, some pre-stream super chats in the Maddie thread, mod approval pending new account limbo. Oh, okay. Let's check that out then. Let's see if I can find your post real quick. Okay, I'm looking for the post. Okay, wait. I see the post. It's loading images. Okay. Forsaken Wanderer for 5 says, we have a challenge to Percep in Gunter Bowl 3. Create a storyline in which Ralph gets gunt cancer. Imagine the drama of a vulnerable Ralph Amell still persisting in his Mexican adventures despite his, and the Forsaken Wanderer for 5 continues, despite his illness. It needs fleshing out, no pun intended, but we guarantee the sector will be shocked, stunned, and moved by the effort to make Ralph's arc more meaningful. I don't think Ralph's cancer would humble him at all. I think he would just take a gun and kill people. You know what I mean? He would just murder Matthew Vickers and probably Faith and his children. If we're being real, if Ralph was going to die, he would definitely kill somebody. Maybe he would also drive to Minnesota or whatever and strangle Jim with his bare hands, with bare hooves. And Deech for 15 said, it was genuinely uplifting to see old accounts and lurkers come together to donate to show support throughout the weekend. This community is classy as fuck. Kiwi Farms always wins an extra. Yeah, it was very nice to see like tons and tons of old users come back to. I mean, people dropped a lot of money. Like one of the first donations was $10,000. You know what I mean? It was not an insignificant amount of money that people threw extremely quickly. So it was pretty heartwarming. I'm gonna wait until it hits double, and then I'm gonna write up like a proper like thank you letter to everybody because I have to actually think about what I want to say. I can't be brazen about it. Thank you. Terrell for 1 says, can we get the festive golden KF as an alternative to the Biden blue, kawaii, and so forth? Or is it too special for everyday use? I missed the confetti when it's gone. It is too special. I only break it out in certain, probably on the anniversary. I'll keep it black and gold moving forward. Gold go-to statement for 20 says, keep the suffragette hamster and perhaps you will gain more female viewers. Adorable art. Pink heart, white heart, green heart. Maybe. You know, people get mad at me for saying this, but female users and female viewers are way more agreeable. Like they're way more open to show support. They're way nicer. Their feedback is more useful. They're easier to get along with. And whenever I say that, even though it's true, even though it's like an unintentional consequence and just something I've noticed, people always accuse me of grifting when I say that. But it will not stop me from spitting the facts. Chat, which does not exist, which is relegated to the Shadowland at this moment, and chat can't even correct me. They can't look. There is no chat on my screen. Can they correct me? No, they cannot. Stalker Child, they're already gone. Bye bye. Enjoy Shadowlands chat. Kurt Eichenwald, anime masturbator for 5 says, most esteemed and venerable Kiwi Daimo, to how many of these wretched sites must I follow you? P.S. Shame Fruit Display. You will follow me until the end of the earth, obviously. And the Shame Fruit Display is a BBC link, which says, Caroline Oshino, Ukraine-born Miss Japan gives up crown following affair. Okay, so the white woman in Japan that won Miss Japan was fucking one of the judges, which is how she won. Spoiler. Dantiak, for 1, says, you're not accounting for junk food he's eating as well as soda, and no, not good for tipster to consume to keep his fatness. Jabba the Hutt will tell this fat shroom chasing fuck to cut the calories. Look, I just used fried chicken as an example. I'm not suggesting that tipster literally eats nothing but fried chicken, but he probably does. Matty Archiver, for 1, says, look here, look, listen, appearing offline does not fucking stop it, so stop giving me fucking advice you know nothing about. Thank you. I assume that's talking about the chat. No, it's not actually. That was too early for the chat. I don't know what that's a reference to. Roxanne Wolf for 5 says, bark, bark, nothing. What a great super chat. Thank you, Roxanne Wolf. Kiwi Friend for 5 says, Chantel should be a WTuber rather than a VTuber. She needs the extra V. Because she's fat. I get it. Very funny. Thank you. Deadly Hollowed for 5 says, it actually gives an idiot like me hope that an actual programmer has the same type of retardation when they can't remember how to code something they did a week ago. Bro, it's not that I can't remember how I code something. It's just that I forget, like, just the arguments. Like, if I want to, like, with Rust in particular, there's certain, like, things with how where you have to, like, chain commands in Rust, and you have to use these very weird functions to transform data into different types, right? That's just how Rust works. And I constantly forget the names of these fucking things just all the time. And then instead of having to like pull up the Rust, almanac and try to find what I'm thinking of, I can just like Control I and say, I need to like reverse this from being a referenced option to type to option and then a reference type on the inside of the option, and it instantly remembers. It knows exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So that's why it's awesome. Umpty Madu for one says, my friend that plays WoW says Admin Gold was caught with a 13-14-year-old girl as years ago or something. I don't know if true, Lamau. They all are. All these fucking weirdos, they get famous and they go on Discord and they flirt up 13-year-olds. They all do it. Except Turkey Tom, because he watches my show and he knows better. Mouse Cops for 5 says, Jesse PS's low IQ observations were the worst part of Porcelain's Mersh documentary. Almost made me turn it off. He just makes fun of Mersh for being poor. Mersh sucks, but not because he's poor. Jesse is a retard. To be fair, you thought Ralph would be entertaining. What an idiot. Casting Couch Crab for 10 says, I noticed some folks asking for the invertebrate of the day to be shown every time. I appreciate it, but I'm personally not going to demand it of you. Keep up the good work. I will show images when I want to show images, but thank you. Holy Halford, he says, Jesse PS is a complete waste of space. Remember when him and the Discord gay up bodies like Kinoshé tried to make fake AI revenge porn in Pantsu last year? I do remember that. And then Kinoshé wonders why I think that he's a reprehensible piece of shit, and I will never, ever give him any quarter ever again. You can only lie so many fucking times before people want you, like, stomped out of existence, retard. Rumble Archiver for 5 says, your favorite kitten is humbly asking you to give... I don't even want to say it, because I know that if you say the name of his podcast, he will clip it and add it to like his jerk off material. Your favorite kitten is humbly asking to give poor little Jesse another shot. I think he rubbed you the wrong way on the kill stream during the dick stuff. He's a funny dude who cares about funny. I don't know. When the funny means like faking shit to get people to pay a subscription to your fucking podcast, it's not organic. More than funny, I want things to be kind of organic and not like forced by a weirdo. Colia Dante 15 says, I opened up a boss man stream for the first time like a week ago, and the little first thing I hear is I just lost it all again. It's an easy thread to get into. It's extremely easy. You don't miss anything. You come back to the thread after 2 weeks and it's the exact same shit. It's great. Deech for 20 says, I had said it is generally uplifting to see old accounts, lurkers, and new users come out to donate to show support. The community's always classy fuck. Kiwi Farms always wins and extra. Well, my friend, joke's on you because someone actually paid to provide me a copy of your first tweet, so now I just get $35. Thank you very much, though. I don't know why you gave more the second time around. Now I feel like a dick. Sneedo for one says, has your Turkish neighbor raced his shitbox in your neighborhood again? Yes, he has. I actually stalked his car, Stalker Child. I went full Stalker Child, went outside and looked at his car, and it's a Hyundai Velestro, I think is what it's called. It is a Hyundai Velestro with a carbon fiber fucking spoiler and a gay ass muffler that's way too fucking loud, and it sounds like a little lawnmower starting up every goddamn day, 3 times a fucking day. Super fucking annoying. Further goes NTC for 2 says, do you think PPP has bent the knee enough for people to have forgotten that he called you a shady pedophile? My answer has got to be no. I think he's banking on widespread short-term memory loss. Yeah, I don't know. I'm getting warmer on PPP, but I know that PPP is from the Godwinson school of internet content, where it's like we turn the coat to whatever would create the most content at any given time. So I'm not 100% keen at this point. Real Frog God for 5 says, the late and gay frog of the day is the giraffe frog. Show him because you want to. Okay. I see what you're saying there. This was after I said I won't only show the images if I want to. I have searched giraffe frog and there's no fucking giraffe frog. Oh, there it is. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, I got it. He's called a giraffe frog because he's got giraffe pattern on him. I'll put him where chat would be if I had one. Very nice frog. Finally, for the Ghost, NTC for 2 says, Jesse is a jackass. He kicked and kept muting me from a Twitter space when I was asking Kai Clips why Kai was pretending not to know about the widespread pedophilia in America first. Fuck him. I mean, I have literally nothing good to say about Jesse. Sorry, I just don't. I've never seen him inviting Ralph on and then yelling at him, to his audience is probably the funniest thing he's ever done in his entire life, without even exaggeration. So on that note, since I don't have a chat to enjoy, I will play the outro song, and I'll see you guys on Friday. Sorry for the chatlessness. My bad, bros. My bad. I've let you all down. All right. Take it easy.
We're outside, it's cold enough to see your breath. Undressing too, there's nothing left. I feel the fire is comforting, it lights you up. I see everything I need right here and we're swimming in the moonlight. Here outside, it's just you and I couldn't love you more if I tried. It's crystal clear as we disappear, swimming in the moonlight. Though we're moving quickly, it feels I've waited all my life. Until this moment, I'd only dreamed of paradise. 4 hours without a single word, we hold on tight. If nothing's perfect, then you and I are nothing tonight. We're swimming in the moonlight. We're swimming in the moonlight, yeah. Here outside, it's just you and I couldn't love you more if I tried. It's crystal clear as we disappear, swimming in the moonlight. Here outside, it's just you and I couldn't love you more if I tried. It's crystal clear as we disappear, swimming in the moonlight. You have no clue how gorgeous you are. Thank God. In a time when nothing dries, you're the shines the light. You're my everything, everything, everything. Here outside, it's just you and I couldn't love you more if I tried. It's crystal